to The Sims 4 Get Together Let's Play. I'm Sarah Lou Plays, and this is my first video on this channel. You can call me Sarah. And this is my first time making videos, I've said, and I've been inspired by many other YouTubers, but actually I was dared by my mum to give it a go, to get myself a bit out of my shell. So I thought that I would start with introducing the family that we'll be playing with. Now, if we go here, okay. So the first sim that we're playing with is Lyla. Actually, I might make her go into cast just so we can see them all a bit better and not worry too much about the hands or anything. So just quickly loading up cast. Here we are. Right, so she's a tiny bit loud, isn't she? So this is Lyla, and she lives with her teenage sister Olivia and her best friend from in England it would be primary school, in America I guess it would be kindergarten. Basically, since they were kids, they were best friends, her and Caleb, and then they lost touch, and as adults they ended up going to the same college or university if you're in the UK, and they met up again, and he was advertising for a roommate. Here he is. And she replied, and they realised that they knew each other, and that started off their friendship again. They're not as close as they once were, but Lyla would love to, get close to him again, because she always missed him. There's no romance whatsoever at the moment between Caleb and Lyla. It's just, at the moment, it's down to necessity. There possibly could be. Caleb has had a little bit of a crush when he was a child on Lyla, but at the moment Lyla is far more concerned about her younger sister, here we are, Olivia. And Olivia lives with both of them due to her parents not being there. Basically, I'll tell you a bit about their backstory. Lyla grew up with her younger sister Olivia in a household that was very strict, and so their parents really drilled into them to be good. Their parents had a set of expectations for them that, particularly with Olivia, that she felt she's not able to actually meet. Now, if we quick look at Olivia's outfits, you'll kind of get a gist of her character. She's a bit all over the place. She's very sort of fashionable, and she's not afraid to sort of take risks with what she wears. Particularly, if you look at this outfit, her parents would have never have let her go out of the house in this outfit. It's she would go out of the house and then get changed at school or whatever, just so that she could express herself. Whereas before, she'd never felt comfortable expressing herself, so she's trying things out at the moment. She kind of is at that stage in her life where she's not quite sure who she is, and that sort of is reflected through her set of circumstances, really. As a child, it was always sort of drilled into her to be, the good daughter, and, her older sister had left and not come back for the same reasons, and, had hated leaving Olivia there. But she had no choice at the time because she was only 18 and she couldn't take care of her. But after she graduated from university, she decided that, she's going to go and get Olivia and bring her back. Because as children, Olivia was always very close to her older sister. And it broke her heart when she first became a teenager that when Lyla left. So Lyla has missed her sister loads. They're not very close. They are a little bit, but they've had so many years of distance and non-contact that their relationship needs a bit of work. So to tell you a bit about Lyla herself, she's very self-assured, she's outgoing, and she loves to dance. She's got the new trait dance machine from, the new Get Together pack, which is dance machine. These Sims can't wait to get down, boogie, and party all night. When at venues like bars, clubs, and lounges, these Sims can get a burst of energy with a party time interaction. Dance machines also receive a happy moodlet when arriving at social venues, so she's quite social, and that's completely like the opposite of what her parents wanted to be. And she's mad about dance. Growing up, she never really got to express herself, and she didn't go to dance classes. Her parents wanted her to focus on her sort of studies, and she always admired those kids that danced. So her aspiration that she wants is to be the leader of the pack, which is the new aspiration with Get Together. In a similar way, her younger sister Olivia, she's musical. She absolutely adores playing piano. She kind of had it drilled into her as a child. Her parents wanted her to be a child prodigy, so they sort of asked, made her play the piano and other instruments, and she fell in love with music to the point where she would sneak out and go to concerts. And that's where the problem started for her, because her parents wouldn't let her, so she felt continually uncomfortable. And then her sister came back on the scene and took her. And as to where Caleb fits into it, he said, well, if you're going to go and get her, then I will help you. I know what your parents are like, because we knew each other from when we were kids, and I know that they can be quite difficult, and show that he is family orientated, he's a bro and a dance machine. And that's where him and Lyla sort of really get on. As children, they used to muck about together and have fun, but he is crazy about dancing, even more than Lyla, I think. And he wants to be a party animal. They both, Lyla and him, have the gregarious trait part of it. So he'll be hosting lots of parties, and Lyla will be dancing. And Olivia's aspiration is soulmate. She feels like she's sort of wants that one person that will understand her, and obviously the trait that comes with that is alluring. And she's also a bit of an insider. I think that that's a trait from Get Together as well, the new one. These Sims love being in clubs and tend to be happy surrounded by their friends. That sort of reflects her, sneaking out, going and listening to jazz and listening to all types of music. She absolutely adores anything, even heavy metal. She's a bit crazy. But Lyla is going to give her freedom, but at the same time she's also going to be like the sort of mother figure in Olivia's life, but in a different way to her parents. And as for Caleb, he's kind of like, well, I'm quite happy for her to move in as long as, she pulls her weight, and I will be there for her if she needs me. Because he remembers her from when she was a little girl. Because I think she might go a bit crazy, and she might go through terrible phases with her outfits and her expression, because she's just recently come out through a goth phase, and now she's sort of found all about fashion and Korean fashion, and she absolutely adores expressing through fashion, so she may even sort of become a fashionista. I'm not quite sure yet. Obviously, we'll find out. It's a shame that she might even one day open up her own retail store, and run a clothes shop. But we'll find out. It's going to be interesting seeing if we tick out of here. Interesting seeing kind of what is going to happen to Lyla and to Olivia particularly, because they're just at the beginning of their lives, and it'll be interesting with Caleb coming along for the ride as well, and if something happens between Caleb and Lyla, or if they meet separate people. I'm not quite sure yet. I don't have, I don't feel that they would at this moment get together. So I do think that, if I just pause for a second, I do think that she is far more interested in making sure that Lyla is provided for at the moment. Olivia is much more timid than her sister, but she is, still wants to be social. She aspires sort of to be like her older sister. And if I give you a tour kind of the house, if I zoom out, house, and kind of give you a little tour and a sort of outside elements kind of thing, put the roof up. So this is a pre-made house from the neighbourhood in Windenburg, and it was originally a 2-bed, but they had it converted into a 3-bed so that Olivia could have her own room, because, well, she needs it. Really, ideally, Lyla would have, loved to have had a bit more money to support her, but then she decided that actually she would spend all her savings on upgrading her new house as much as she could, so that Olivia would have her own room, and then Lyla would be very happy. And for that reason, and they wanted to also keep a bit of money in reserve, so if the worst were to happen, there's enough in the house. So if I give you sort of a tour, this is, if I put the walls up, it's not very decorated at the moment because they've literally just moved in. So it's, there'll be more family pictures and things as they sort of go around. And because they haven't seen each other for years, it will definitely be a lot more decorated. This is the lounge. Here we are. Here's the sort of kitchen. This is sort of from their perspective how they would see it. There's a door. I don't think this is working. Yeah, so that's the kitchen, and then you come out here, and this is Caleb's room. They sold everything in the last house except for Caleb. He didn't sell. If I put the walls down, I'll show you. He did not sell because he refused to. His lights, he sold everything, and they've come here and they're starting fresh, so they haven't got a lot. So he's like, right, I'm not selling my lights. They are like, they're like club lights, and he absolutely adores them, and he likes having sort of the club in his room. And then you've got the hallway and the very basic bathroom, which ideally Lyla would like to upgrade with a bath, but that will be up to Caleb. Caleb just thinks, oh, it's brilliant because it's practical and easy to use currently. And then this is Lyla's bedroom, and it's very simple, very neutral colours. If I put up the walls 3 so you can kind of see, she's kept it extremely neutral. It's kind of the same colour really as the bathroom. She didn't want anything too drastic, and all her furniture is very, most of this furniture came with the house. I just added in and changed some of the colours and things to suit her character, because obviously they don't have a lot of money. This bookshelf is from Get Together, I think. That looks to be new. And then the room that is the most decorated and the most sort of loved is Olivia's. Olivia was a bit chose sort of a bit more aggressive colour on the walls. She was like, I want to have a green paint, and I will have a green paint. So she's, she actually paid for that herself out of her own, what she had saved up from living with her parents, and kind of painted it. So her room's a little bit more decorated just for that reason. And she loves the colour green, even though she pretty much wears black all the time. She absolutely adores it. So her room's a bit more green themed, and Lyla got her a computer so that she could get on with her schoolwork well and, do well in school. And because Lyla wants her to do well in school so that she can then get a good job and support herself in whatever she wants to do, even if she changes her mind 5 times. Because I kind of think that's what's going to be the trend in Olivia's life. I just hope she will find, if she really wants to find someone that she loves, that they won't be always changing. Every week she won't, I have a feeling that, as she lives her life at her new school and stuff and has her freedom a bit more and choice, she's gonna kind of date a different boy every week just because she can. So we'll just have to see. And then obviously this hallway is still here and it goes straight back into the lounge. and the lot's quite big, so we can always extend out. I've already extended out. You'll see at the front, I kind of need to pull this front bit a bit more forward, but when we have a bit more money, I'll do that. And I think, you know, for them, they want to keep what they've got so that they can do it. And Lyla's gonna, get a job and stuff. She already has, actually. I did this off screen. She is an amateur entertainer. She wants to, entertain people with her dancing. I mean, if she wants to be the world's most famous singer and dancer, then she's going to have to work for it. And I really think that it will be brilliant for her because she will be able to, express herself and dance, really. So that's sort of the introduction of the family. Caleb hasn't got a job. He's kind of like, well, I don't quite know what I want to do yet. I think I kind of don't want him to. When I kind of look at him, I kind of see like a DJ, which is one of the new skills. I kind of think he will want to do that, so that's more of like self-employed. I don't know if there's any mods or anything for self-employment, so I may look into that. But otherwise, if I have to get him a job because the bills are high or whatever, I'm not quite sure what he would want to do. No, he wouldn't want to be an entertainer. That's not his thing. He wouldn't want to paint. I don't know. The only careers I could either see him go to are being an athlete or going and doing like some police work, or perhaps being a criminal, just because he would be attracted to that kind of life because he does love partying, and he could easily get influenced if he got in with the wrong crowd. So I don't quite know yet. Obviously, following his story, he's kind of doing the free riding thing. So I imagine for him, the first thing he'll want to buy is a DJ set, so he can start earning a bit of money and contributing to the household. Because until he does that, he is tasked with looking after Olivia because of Lyla having the work. So Lyla's obviously, she's basically going to be like Superwoman, doing everything, being responsible. I mean, we might get him to go like to the club and tend a bar, and him be a sort of a barman and work on his mixology skill. But I just have a feeling that he will like want to run his own sort of club bar. I just think maybe that actually might be what he wants to do eventually after he's like mastered the DJ skill, because that's what he really wants. He does love to dance, and more than Lyla, but Lyla is far more focused, whereas he's a bit drifting. He's sort of stuck after uni. He doesn't quite know what to do. And as for Miss Olivia, I have not got her a job just yet. I want her to focus on school just a little bit, and we can figure it out, because I think she's most likely want to be a barista, just because, there's new coffee shops that have opened up here in Windenburg, and that'll be a super way for her to make friends. And I do want her to be involved in a club, because I think she is so quiet. I think having some friends that are stable and not changing will be good for her. Just because she will, be better provided for that way. So, she'll be contributing to the household. So basically, for a while, Caleb is going to be a bit of a freeloader until he can figure out what he wants to do. But he doesn't really. I mean, he paid for most of this house himself. He worked and paid for his own college fees and things. Because he's a year older than Lyla. He spent a year off working and then went to uni the same year as Lyla did. So he had some money saved for his sort of uni stuff, and then sort of helped buy the house with it. So and the money left over is actually his. So that's his contribution. So he most probably last a week on that. See how he goes. Him and Lyla, their relationship through this is, they've sort of, they're not that close, and they're only really roommates at the moment, so it'd be really nice to see them grow. People have arrived to welcome them, so it might be nice to welcome them all in. I might get them to listen to Lila's question. For some reason, it keeps doing that after download. So invite the neighbours in. think that would be something that he'd like to do because he's quite social. The more people he knows, the quicker he can join a club and learn. I don't know why the thingy she's come up like that, but she greets them all. Oh, one's leaving. Clearly. Clearly that wasn't it. Oh, goodbye then. You did welcome them all in. She wants to run the spin starters. That is her little dream. And Caleb's dream is to find out what he wants to do with his life. I think that would be good. So, I think I will take them into the world and can do a bit of exploring. I think we'll take the girls together just because I have a feeling that Caleb won't want to come where they're going. So if we have a quick look, I love what they've done to the world, the way they've coloured them in. And this world is so much bigger than the other two. I think that's amazing. Okay, so there's a bar. That's their house. That's another house. Free spirits. And the blast is supposed to be really pretty. Another house. More people's houses. Pool. Nightclub. Gym. We were going to travel to the coffee shop, but actually, I think looking at the time, we'll end it here. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it, and if you've actually watched it all the way through, thank you so much. It means a lot. It's my first video, as I've said before, and I'm completely new to like recording and things. So any comments or anything, about how I can improve would be great. Tell me what you think of the family. Do you like them? What are your opinions? Do you think that Olivia is going to be a troublesome teen? Do you think possibly that there could be a little romance between Lyla and Caleb, or do you think they're just going to be nothing there and they'll just be friends? Do you think they will even be friends with Miss Troublesome Teen around? Or do you think Caleb's just going to go completely and utterly crazy? I would love to know. Please comment below, and if you would love this video that much, we'll be making more roughly once every week. I will sort out my schedule. I think I'll most probably end up pre-recording a couple of parts at a time, but I would love your opinions on this. Thank you so much for watching, as I said before, and if you'd love to subscribe, and I'll see you in part 2. Bye!